Hey guys, what's up? It's me, the Meteoraptor, and I am back with yet another interesting topic today. You guys remember Ghostbusters? Of course you do. That awesome movie from the 80s, it defined so many of our childhoods. And even if you didn't see it in theaters back in the 80s, chances are when you were a kid you saw this movie. Heck, to me, it was one of the first horror movies I'd ever seen, and frankly, it's still one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. Now, I'm here to talk about the Ghostbusters that nobody likes. No, not that one, the other one. Not that one, the other one. I'm here to talk about Ghostbusters 2016, okay? Yeah, I know, no one wants to. But you know what? I got something to say, and I think it needs to be said. Does Ghostbusters 2016 really deserve all this hate? I think it doesn't. Okay, I get it. Here's the thing though. While this new Ghostbusters looks nowhere near as good as the original or the sequel, I still think it looks like it could be fun in its own right. Sure, it's not gonna come even close to being as good as the original Ghostbusters, but that's because the original was an absolute legend. It defined so much. Its comedy, its pacing, its characters, its timing, it was great. And frankly, nothing can ever or will come close to being as good as it. Not even the comics, which are really good actually. Now, here's my thing though. A lot of people are already hating on this movie before it even comes out. It's one of the most hated trailers on YouTube. It's up there with stuff like Baby, Gangnam Style, and Friday. Seriously? This thing is about as hated as Friday? You guys, people were sending death threats to Rebecca Black when she made Friday, and yet somehow they're not sending death threats to the maker of this movie, or at least that I've heard of. Seriously, what is wrong with the internet? Well, isn't that the million-dollar question? See, here's the thing, though. Ghostbusters, we haven't had a Ghostbusters movie since the 90s. It's been, what? Almost 30 years now? At least 20 years since the original? Well, it's been about 20 years since the sequel, maybe 30 years since the original. It's been a long time, alright? And to be honest, people have been wanting a third Ghostbusters for so long. But is this really what we want? Yes, I know. So many people have made videos saying that this shouldn't happen. Look at YouTubers like Angry Joe, Brad Jones, James Ralph. They're hating this movie. They are saying right now that they will not go see this movie in theaters. And then there's pretty much 90% of YouTube commenters which are saying, oh my gosh, this movie looks terrible. It's gonna suck. Well, you know what? Maybe it won't. It won't be good, but it can't be as bad as you guys are saying. You guys want an example of this? Just take a look at my videos. Remember Frozen? I slammed that movie for so long. I said I would never watch it because it looked like an unentertaining, pathetic, pandering, childish piece of trash. And guess what? I enjoyed it. I genuinely enjoyed Frozen. This movie, which I had just been building up as this huge pile of garbage, which I didn't want to waste my time on, wasn't that bad.
Frozen. Oh yes, I can. And you just heard me. I hated this movie when it came out in theaters. Like, I thought it looked so stupid. I wanted nothing to do with it ever. I never wanted to watch it. I don't care what you guys are thinking. Go watch this movie.
That really surprised me. You know, want another example then? Fine. When Straight Outta Compton was coming to theaters, I honestly looked at that and said, nope, I'm not going near that. That thing is gonna ruin a good rap album. Well, I finally broke down and watched it with my friends in theaters. It was a great movie. It was emotional, powerful, entertaining, awesome music. I genuinely even cried during it. You guys, just because a trailer doesn't look good, doesn't mean the movie won't be good. But I'm kind of cutting around the one thing which everyone says will be bad about it. The fact that none of the main characters or main actors are coming back. I will admit, what would have made this movie a hell of a lot better is if they even had a 5-minute scene with Dan Aykroyd or Bill Murray or that black guy. Harold Ramis is dead, so that other guy, you know the one I'm talking about. If Bill Murray or Dan Aykroyd, if they just came on for like 30 seconds and just said to the new Ghostbusters, you are now the new Ghostbusters, you have to take over this because we can't, I think that would deal with so many of people's problems. The fact that it's just suddenly, oh, hey, look at this, new Ghostbusters. And yeah, I will admit, it is kind of jarring, the fact that there's just a completely new characters. It's not like we've ever seen these characters before. And sure, you know what, I like the fact that they're female. That's probably the smallest thing which bugs me. Now, I ain't trying to defend this movie saying it's gonna be a masterpiece. It doesn't look amazing. A lot of the jokes in the trailer are kind of like, Some of them are funny, though. The effects, though, they look kind of bad. But you know what, you guys? What I'm really wondering about is, why is everyone hating this movie before it even comes out? Sure, movies can get bad rep before they come out due to things which happen when they're being made. Or people can backlash at a movie because they don't want it to be made. I've seen this happen all the time. You guys, I remember when Batman Arkham Knight came out, people were saying it was going to be like Arkham Origins, which I liked and it wasn't that bad. But people were saying with Arkham Knight, it was going to be bad. It was going to suck because it was going to be like Arkham Origins. And then it turns out to be one of the most awesome games ever made. Look at the Assassin's Creed franchise. For so long, people were just saying, oh, the next ones are going to suck after, because number 3 was terrible, but that was one of my favorites. Brotherhood, after Brotherhood, really, after Revelations and Unity, they were saying, oh, they're just gonna suck from now on, don't even bother with them. And then Syndicate came out and blew everyone's mind. You guys, just because a movie looks bad on a trailer doesn't mean it'll be bad in theaters. Unless it's 10 Cloverfield Lane, then that movie really sucks. But you guys, and it works the opposite way too. Even if a trailer looks good, doesn't mean a movie will be bad. Look at Batman v Superman. I thought that was going to be one of the greatest movies ever made, and really, it was mediocre. It was forgettable at best, and that's not what I was expecting. Well, you guys want another example? Look at, what's a good example? Look at that new trailer for the movie Lights Out. Yeah, everyone's saying, oh my god, it's terrifying, it's scary. Yeah, that's the trailer. The second that thing hits theaters, people are going to be going, yeah, it's scary. And then a week later, they'll be like, yeah, it's just your basic cliched horror movie that no one likes. Granted, I could be judging this the same way that we're all judging the Ghostbusters trailer by saying it's going to be a pathetic rehash that's going to do terrible and no one will like it. But the reason why I'm trashing the Lights Out trailer is because it's a horror movie. And you can tell if a horror movie is going to be good or bad just from the trailer. That is the one time when you can look at a movie trailer and then decide if it's going to suck or not. Unless it's The Purge, because then no matter what, those movies are going to suck. But even then, you guys, that was another example of a movie trailer that looked bad, at least for the first one, and was okay. And the second one had an awesome trailer, and yet it sucked. So check out my review on that. And the third one looks like it sucks, and I'm pretty sure it's going to suck. But I have a feeling I'm going to have to review it anyways. Look, I'm getting off topic. Let me get back to Ghostbusters. Here's my final thoughts. All these big-name YouTubers who are saying that it sucks, like I've said before, James Rolfe, Brad Jones, Angry Joe, so many of these guys, their anger is somewhat justified. I understand why they're upset. Because to them, they grew up on the original Ghostbusters. When they were kids, that's what came out. That was the big thing aside from the Ninja Turtles. Ninja Turtles and Ghostbusters were the big thing. And I can see why some of them don't even like the new Ninja Turtle movies. You see, because they have this idea of what it should be from their childhood. And when it gets changed, they don't want that. But at the same time, you'd think if someone remembers a franchise so dearly, you wouldn't go and change it in the first place. Something which George Lucas needed to learn when he was remaking the 6 Star Wars movies by constantly adding new special effects. But I'm getting off topic again. So, to a point, their anger and their hatred for the movie is somewhat justified, but at the same time, it's a new generation of Ghostbusters. This is for all the kids who haven't seen the original Ghostbusters. And you know what? Even if this movie does suck, even if it is as bad as everyone is saying it will be, there's still one good thing that will come from it. all the parents, excuse me, all the parents who take their kids to the movies to see this, when they get home, they'll say, okay, kids, that wasn't Ghostbusters. This is what Ghostbusters really is. And everyone will start watching the original Ghostbusters. And then maybe, just maybe, when they try and do Ghostbusters again, they'll get it right. But you know what? I honestly don't see why the new Ghostbusters movie gets all the hate it does. There are some movies which deserve all the hate. Purge! Purge it in you! Excuse me. So I got something caught in my throat, something foul and disgusting which should never have existed. Oh, sorry. Anyhow. So the new Ghostbusters, does it really deserve all the hate? No, it actually doesn't. At least, that's just my opinion. But you know what? We're not gonna know till the movie comes out. But until next time, this is the Meteor Raptor saying keep cool, and I will see you guys around. Later.